This is Kang. What are you doing in this area, Kirk?
I could ask you the same question. All right, we're doing research into the history of Sigma Draconis 7.
A likely story. Our science officers tell me our battlecruisers seem to have just lost more than 6 hours of subjective time. What have you done to our ships? Testing a new Federation temporal weapon?
Who, me? If I were, should I turn it on again?
What?
Your Guinean peace treaty allows us to conduct non-military missions in disputed territory, including historical research, without interference from the Klingon Empire. But why are you here, Kang?
The treaty. The Empire is interested in the nature of a strange construct reported in this system.
Reported by whom? Spies? Besides, we're detecting no evidence of a construct in this area. Perhaps your information was faulty.
Very well. Our ships will remain in the area to conduct our own non-military activities, but away from the planet until you have completed your research. End transmission.
Captain's log, stardate 6951.2. The Enterprise is en route to Starbase 23 to verify the ship repairs. Klingon battlecruisers Thanatos and Furios remain in the vicinity of Sigma Draconis 7, but they will find no trace of the library station, as Flint eliminated all traces of the construct's presence and its ion trails as he left. The field effect generated by our use of the station to delay the Klingons had much larger range than we ever imagined. Starfleet Command has informed us that the entire quadrant had been slowed down for 6.4 hours. I feel it's for the best that the station is gone without a trace.
Captain, unknown ship entering the sector. Incredible speed and sophistication. An energy beam is being directed at...
You? A Metron?
Yes, Captain. We are still interested in humanity.
You've been monitoring us.
Of course, Captain. When we last met, you showed us courage, perseverance, tolerance, and compassion.
You intervened when an alien ship attacked our outpost. You then threatened to destroy my ship if I didn't fight the captain of the Gorn ship on a deserted planet. I was finally able to fashion a makeshift cannon to stop him.
You stopped him, but did not destroy him. Since that incident, many of our kind debated whether your refusal to kill the Gorn was a ploy. Our observations of humanity here in space, on Earth, and on colony worlds have shown us that humans possess many admirable traits, but they also exhibit a great capacity for duplicity, deceit, and complex deceptions. Humans are very tricky.
My science officer would tend to agree with you.
Hence this latest test.
Test? Then you were responsible for the Iron Storm, and the cloaking device being damaged, and...
Actually, all occurred naturally. We only made it so that the station's cloaking device could not be so easily repaired in the time necessary.
You wanted to see how humankind, namely me and my crew, again, would handle this situation.
Yes, and this time, without your knowing that anyone was watching.
I can understand that. So, what do you think now? Are we still too tricky to be saved?
Oh, still very tricky. But you exhibited astonishing maturity. There is no doubt now that your people are destined for greatness.
But the Klingons, if they had gotten a hold of the station, they might have done
it would have
untold...
been prevented. Give us that much credit, Captain.
Humans fascinate you. Your actions show that you are, or were, a curious and tricky species in your own right. If I may, I have 1,000 questions about your people, such as
That would not be permissible. We have a prime directive of our own, as you must realize. We have debated and have decided this, the final reason for this test. There is something that you must be told.
Huh?
What? It's the captain? What the? Huh? Jim?
He's back.
Aye.
Captain,
I'm fine, Spock.
the energy signature I detected before you were taken, it is identical to that
The
of...
Metrons. Yes, I talked to them.
Fascinating. The intervention of the Metrons in this situation explains a number of things.
Aye. No wonder I wasn't able to repair the cloaking device.
Too bad they didn't tell you about themselves. Think how advanced their technology must be.
Yes.
What's the matter, Paul?
Oh. I was just thinking about Flint. We'll never see him again.
Not necessarily, Lieutenant. Technology in this quadrant will likely progress to a point where we can track and eventually catch up to the station once again, though it may be a few centuries hence.
That's no way to cheer him up, Spock.
Really, Doctor?
I doubt if humanity, or any other known race in the quadrant, even the Vulcans, will be ready for the station's technology, even in a few centuries' time.
But the rate of technological progress Mr. Spock spoke of will no doubt be much accelerated given the tantalizing hints obtained by the titles of just some of the technologies we saw indexed in the station's library.
And when we are once again able to access the station, we'll have a choice to make, whether to do so or not.
Well, I'm glad I was able to look at the medical section of the library, at least briefly. There is a technique that I'm sure will lead me to a cure for the common cold. We sure glimpsed a lot of technologies in the station's index. So many hints. Reminds me of the Alexandrian library. Mostly destroyed. Only tantalizing tables of contents, or partial scrolls remained, such as the titles of lost plays by Ovid and Euripides.
After some of the things spoken of by Flint, I believe he was Ptolemy, the creator and patron of the Alexandrian library, and was probably also his son.
No doubt. Think of it. Flint was there at Alexandria 2,300 years ago, and was powerless to stop the loss of the library. No wonder he was so opposed to the space station's destruction. I wonder who else he was in past identities. We only know of a few. Methuselah, Merlin, Moses. He was also Ocarin, Socrates, and the Ptolemies. Aye, and Da Vinci, Braque, Zaslovic, and Professor Attenborough.
He was also Daly, Abramson, and someone called Lochner.
And Brahms, Paganini, and Glenn Miller.
He may also have been Reginald Pollock.
And if my surmise is correct, Isaac Asimov. A study of the books Flint recently wrote correlates parametrically with that of Asimov's style by a factor of 97.3.
Wow!
That would also explain his interest in androids.
Whoever else he was, we may never know. Suffice to say that his departure is a great loss to all of humanity. Yes, he's gone, and so much of Earth's history goes with him. A great man, to say the least.
Indeed. We shall not see his like again.